everyone, and welcome to the next episode of the Beach Court podcast. Maddox and Parker are back from Las Vegas with some very thick pockets from the casinos. Maybe not. Anyways, so we're back. They're back. We're gonna talk everything Vegas, how their tournament run went, review some of our predictions, the result of the tournament, what went well and wrong with match reporting, because we didn't talk about last week because we didn't really know, but there was online match reporting at this tournament that was attempted. The key word was attempted.
Oof.
Yeah. And the reactions are big oof right now. We'll give some updates on some new PFL decks from Phantasmal Flames that are popping around. If you're looking for a cool, fun deck to take to your locals or a League Cup, not this weekend because it's not legal this weekend. Rest in peace, everyone playing in LAIC had to play in the same format. And then we'll, of course, talk about LAIC. We're going to do our fantasy draft to pick the best players for LAIC. And Maddox and Parker have got some big shoes to fill. I think we've done, 3 drafts, and I've won all of them. So
I don't know.
You guys gotta get some work done, man. Get some homework done.
Yes,
Anyways,
so.
I'm Eric Ridgway. We got Max and Parker here, as I said, and we'll get started, boys. How was your Vegas trip? How was the travel? Any delays?
Yes, actually, my flight was supposed to leave at 6:20 on Monday night, and it ended up leaving at like 10:30. So I flew to Orlando. I got home at 9 a.m. and then I had to go to work.
What was your original get home time?
It was like 2 or 3 a.m.
Okay. Yikes.
Like that, yeah.
Oh, because you used to do a direct. Yeah, okay, yikes.
Major yikes. I opted for the red eye. I did travel in on Thursday in the morning, so I had plenty of time. Wasn't affected by the travel delays, fortunately. And then I had one of the last flights out on Sunday night, like 11:55 p.m.
Yeah.
Like red eye to Chicago to Jacksonville, and I just like took the day off work so I could just like rest and chill and sleep. But yeah, Vegas was a lot of fun. Lots to do there. Very interesting to have like a regional location that was in like such a big area to like explore.
Mm-hmm.
Again, a lot of times I think back, San Antonio, I think is very much like a good like popping regional location, but you had the venue, and then right next to it you had like the Riverwalk, and then you had like the hotels nearby. So like Pokemon people were pretty much always at like the hotels nearby, the venue, or like Riverwalk. Versus on Vegas, it's like, okay, well they could have been at the venue or literally like anywhere on the strip or in Fremont Street. So like there were so many people I didn't see just because I feel like everyone was like off doing their own thing. Even like Parker, I like barely saw Parker. You were staying like north of the strip. I was staying on the south side of the strip, and it was like we saw each other at the venue just barely. But also like to that point, like everyone's going around Vegas with their folks and having a fun time, and I got to catch up with plenty of folks and lots to see, and glad everyone did.
Yeah. So Parker, what was the most fun thing you did in Vegas outside of playing in the tournament?
So there's like a bunch of stuff. It was just so much walking around, and like I'm like a huge sucker for like weird architecture for some reason.
Really?
Oh, Vegas is like the place for you.
It is literally the place. I was like staring, like whoa, like at all these buildings, like all these huge, extravagant buildings. Like the last day I was there, Monday actually, we went to like the Venetian, and like that place.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa, like what? It's like literally like Italian royalty here. Like I don't know.
Oh, the Venetian?
Yeah, and like I stayed in the Excalibur, which was really fun because like living in a castle somewhere.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. The most fun thing besides it though, like I don't know, just walking around. I think like there's just anywhere you put your eyes, there's just like something to look at.
How'd the gambling budget end up?
So
TLDR.
I was not good.
Okay.
But
that's how it goes.
I was worried when you get the tournament report. Okay, so day one, first round, day one, hit the blackjack table. I got 0-2'd pretty bad. And ID'd with the slots, just call it a day and get some lunch.
Yeah. No, I had a big win the first day, and then like it just went downhill.
That's how they get you, man. You get the big win, you go back, I can win again, and then anyway.
Yeah.
Max, what was the most fun experience for you, and how was your gambling budget?
Yeah, I mean, for me in Vegas, again, one spot I'm always kind of a sucker for is the Fremont Street experience. Again, so Fremont Street in itself is a very like wild area. And like, I mean, also a good summary of Vegas is it's kind of all a fever dream. Like you're just like, you're like, this isn't real. Like, I mean, like you're in like, you go from like one massive, like, you know, a ridiculous budget, overly fancy hotel resort with casino in it. And then you just go right next door and it's just like another one. And then you just keep doing that for like 20 blocks. That's Vegas.
Yeah.
Like Fremont Street experience, just being able to see like the music and then like all the, like all the lights and the visuals on like the giant screens at Fremont Street experience. I always think it's cool. So I always make sure to check that out every time I was there. I had a great opportunity to do that when I did go to the Shadow Ball hosted by Anil. And
I saw some pictures, but I haven't seen any video yet.
There was, I don't think there's a video of the show match yet, but there's a video of the tier list they're doing. But like, it was fun. Just like have a bunch of like Pokemon focus together, like keeping it, you know, chill and just like joking. I actually got involved on the mic a little bit during the show match because I was talking with Anil and it was like Anil was going to do some like casting, but again, they were not wearing headphones. It's not like stream setup. And also we're playing Pokemon cards at a bar. So it wasn't like super serious. So it was just kind of this like, it was kind of like this like roast plus like casting, you know, where it's kind of like, you know, like joking at the players and just at the situations. So what was it? Like the first matchup
it was Rowan and LDF, right?
Yeah. So the first matchup was like, Mega Venusaur versus Alakazam, and I'm like, all right, LDS using the tried and true strategy of using a 2 prize or take a 1 prize KO. Let's see how this works out for him. Like, I mean, just like little things like that where it's like keeping it like fresh and fun. And I did get to cast some of the Dark Side games 2K that same day, so it was a very like commentating day. So, but honestly, it was just like fun being able to like explore around again, see so much of Vegas. I've been to Vegas once before, but I didn't stay on the Strip, so I didn't make an intentional effort to like stay on the Strip. So stayed at the Flamingo, right in the action, was able to take the monorail to and from the venue, which is actually really, really convenient.
Was it nice?
It was, yeah. I mean, had a bunch of good. I mean, the Flamingo was like fine. I mean, it wasn't as nice as like other spots. It was like Caesars or like the Venetian or Aria or whatever. But it was like, but good location, fine price. Actually, kept getting cheaper as like we got closer to the date. So I kept calling, being like, "Hey, I booked for like this price. Can you drop down to your current rate?" And they're like, "Oh yeah, sure." So
nice.
I had to save some money. I think they were dropping the rates a lot because that's when all like the like travel issues were going in. So I think they were like, "Oh, people aren't going to show up." So got lucky there and was able to save a little bit. But a lot of fun playing.
Did you win money on the casino with that?
Oh yeah. I did bring cash. I was like comfortable losing. I ended up not gambling too much. Like I'm more of like a, you know, sit at like the cheap, like, you know, electric ones where you like place a blackjack, like put a few bucks on roulette.
Yeah.
You know, just try to like double on roulette. LDF taught me baccarat, so that was fun. Again, just playing on the little tables.
Yeah.
But also my favorite number is 31. So when I'll do the roulette, I would just like occasionally I would like, you know, put 5, just like min bet, just like red or black, find out what I was feeling. And just occasionally like, I'll just throw $1 on 31 just in case. And actually hit one of the times. So got $36.
Times 36.
Like, oh, you should have put $2,000 on that. I'm like, well, I wasn't gonna do that. Obviously. And I won, I think I won like $50, you know, between like the roulette, baccarat, like blackjack.
Nice.
And then we went to one spot, and then there's some folks like, hey, let's go play at a table. Let's go play blackjack at a table. And like lost the 50 like right away in like 3 hands. It was like push, loss.
Blackjack tables are a pit, man. They're Bruno texted me because I taught him craps when we were in Pittsburgh, and he's like, dude, the electric craps table is my jam, where they like you don't have to do all the stuff. You just press button.
Nice bouncing that thing.
Yeah.
That was fun. I think I lost I think by the end of it I lost like maybe like $10.
That's pretty good.
And part of it was like I just cashed out. I cashed out a ticket, so I have a ticket that says 36 cents because I thought it was funny from the Flamingo, as opposed to like doing any like you can go and get the change back. And I was like, I just having a ticket that says 36 cents seems
you can just say you put 1 penny on 36 on 31.
36. Nah, that's too minimum. That's too low of a bet. Yeah. Parker's got Yeah. I mean, how much do you have there? Like $1.50? Like
there's probably like I don't know. There's some high numbers in here.
For those listening on our audio platform, Parker just flashed like at least
20 tickets.
The 60-cent spread
of all the uncashed tickets.
That's crazy.
You can't take them with you. Well, actually, you can take the tickets with you.
He actually did take them with him.
Next time you go back to Vegas, you're like, all right, I'm cashing these in. Right?
Yeah.
Too funny.
Yeah, but for me, my weekend was pretty uneventful. I went to a cup on Sunday and went immediately 0-2 drop. I played Enzorark, hit Goldingo Joltik round 1. Pretty brutal matchup, but I do have the 2-1, Daramaka in my deck. And of course, both of my babies were prized. So that matchup was very, very tough, and I promptly lost quickly. And then round 2 hit Charizard EX, who just found every piece they needed when they needed it. I added them to 3 with no Pidgeot on board, and they were able to get some wombo combo of boss plus Iono me with that counter catcher. I'm like, okay, great. Well, I'm just gonna lose here. So it was pretty brutal. But hung out with Mitch. Jackson went all the way to the winning in with Goldengo, and lost his winning into the same Goldengo Joltik, who ended up winning the cup. It was a deck I talked to you guys about in the chat that week. I was like, I think Goldengo Joltik right now seems pretty good for this week. And you were like, Max, yeah, it beats everything. You should play it. And then
I was like, I think that was our pick, wasn't it?
Yeah, you guys said
well, I think both of us in the chat also said not to play Zoroark. So that might be on you, dude.
In my head, I was just kind of like, I want to. It's a deck I want to practice and I want to get better with too. So,
well, now the new Zekrom's coming out. I mean, everyone needs to practice.
Oh
Zoroark. Yeah, it's probably pretty good,
dude. I literally thought that card was fake. The first time it came out, I was like, "There's no way that's real. They're not going to print more trainer cards," and then they are. So, I mean, and we can talk about real quick before we jump into Vegas, since we mentioned it. And Zoroark hits 250. Pretty solid numbers.
Yeah.
And Zekrom hits 70 shred.
And has shred.
And it has shred. So I mean, pretty solid card. And there's some other trainer cards that are coming out. So are the trainer cards gonna get a big buff here, you think? What are you guys thinking about these decks?
Yeah, it finally got the Mew VMAX special, where it's like, man, if only we had a shred attack and something that could one-shot basics. And then they gave
true.
It. So,
true.
I mean, I think the card is good, right? The trickiest part about playing Enzorark is that it was very tough to play because you couldn't take one shots. It's you could only hit 170, and in every match it became this waiting game of okay, well, I cut the Darumaka stuff, or I can't do that, or I'm gonna have to discard my energy, so I'm just gonna sit around and wait for my opponent to punch into me and playing this monkey build. But now with the Zekroms, now you can actually get aggressive and take strong enough knockouts.
Yeah.
I mean, especially with the Mochi, you can go and hit 290. Some of the decks in the past, of course, have played things like Black Belt's Training.
Yeah.
So I mean, you can really push for some of those knockouts. I think you could build this to be a more of an aggressive deck, which also, just by the very existence of Zekrom existing, makes it more accessible, because I think most people, ultimately have trouble playing the deck when you can't go and take a one-shot knockout reliably. And plus, Shred gives you outs into Cornerstone and Crustle, which basically your deck had nothing for, or you had to play an Okidogi, or you still kind of lost to Crustle anyways. I don't know if that is enough on its own, but at least it's something.
I don't know if it is, because hitting 70 into Crustle just ain't really.
But if you got Petch and Mochi, now we're talking 110. Maybe that's enough.
But then you get one shot bag.
Don't get one shot back.
Don't get one shot.
With monkey
for 120,
right?
With what?
With
kill their monkeys.
Right?
I mean, I guess if they have their monkey set up, but I guess my point is you can play more aggressively now because they can't just sit and wall you.
Sure.
They need to get attach,
that's fair.
Energize, Crispin, and it's
that's fair.
To have that full combo.
I don't know, but we'll see. It's gonna be really good. Probably I would suspect that'd be legal for Orlando, is what it looked like.
Yeah, hopefully. I think it seems like there's a special set we're getting in January that might have.
Oh, might have it. Okay.
Yeah, January 30th
or rotation
6th or something.
Houston then. Houston. Okay.
And EIC potentially.
Oh, and potentially.
Yeah.
That'd be crazy. That'd be so crazy.
Yeah.
Now they're gonna release the set 1 week before USC, just like they did this time, right?
I can only imagine how difficult. I mean, Pokemon, again, do they have the soft release dates and schedule the tournaments around that? Because I mean, they could have just said, Phantasmal Flames, oh, it's coming out, 2 weeks ago, and then they're like, I actually had to push it out a day. I'm like, well, it's not legal for the tournament now. Our bad.
Yeah, that's a good question. But let's move on to the Las Vegas Regional Championships and talk about the results. And none other than Tord Reklev took it down. 16-0-2 on the weekend, 50 match points, with Mega Absol taking down the tournament, beating Liam Halliburton in the finals. with Zorak, again, kind of ended up being just I'm going to set up my cornerstones, you deal with it. And really, did you guys do the watch finals yet, by the way?
No, I actually want to.
Game 2 of finals was the most intriguing game I've watched in a very long time, where like basically Tord said in his post-game interview was like, I was just waiting to find a way that I lose, and then he did it, and I was like, holy crap, how did I just lose that? Because like his board was just two fully powered up cornerstones with charms and things, and he found the combo of like the Watchtower, Blood Moon, yada yada, and like the Blood Moon, the Watchtower was prized, like game 2. So Liam had to play around like trying to take enough prizes to like do that, and then there was a moment in the match when he took the Watchtower that the crowd went nuts, and they both realized that like he was like, oh, I guess he got a piece that he needed off the prize, right? Because there was if Tord just didn't bench anything besides the cornerstones, then he would have been fine. But Liam was threatening like he had it in deck, so Tord had to like bench monkeys and stuff, and Liam was able to like take the monkeys. But really intriguing set. Tord took it down in the end and extra time in game 3, but there was actually a route for Liam to win, surprisingly enough, with the Blood Moon Watchtower combo.
Definitely a great winner's mentality from Liam there.
It was awesome.
We watched game 1, and literally it was a group of us at dinner, and we were like, man, there's nothing Liam can do. So we just like turned off the stream.
Oh, you missed game 2?
Yeah. So, but I got to tune back in for that one. I did catch the end of game 3, whereas it came down to prize, and it was like, oh, hey, I'm like, oh, it could actually like kind of go either way here. There's obviously a lot of outs for Tord here, and then kind of an exciting way for the game to end. So, again, I think a great mentality from like Liam just to bring it that far.
Yeah, I mean,
playing through his outs.
He played
and playing
outs.
against someone who he respects immensely as a player. Again, if we remember, Liam Halliburton, before winning this past regional, won the Orlando Regional Championship just playing towards EUIC winning 60. So he has a lot of respect for Tord as a player. So I think cool moment of them facing off there in finals, and Liam finding a way to steal a game he kind of had no business stealing.
It was insane, honestly. It was crazy. Like I owned him to 3, took a knockout, and Tord was just like, yeah, I've got nothing. Because the knockout was with Scratch. So he hit it.
Yeah.
He hit it with Blood Moon, and then Scratch KO'd, and Tord's hand is dead. So
brilliant.
It was fantastic. But yeah, so it takes down the Zorak in finals. Then we had some Guardian top cut, Henry Chow and Abaan, the 2 best players on the planet right now with Gardevoir. And, no surprise to see them make top 4. Ryuki versus Tord, by the way, semifinals also felt like finals. And I'm very happy that match got streamed. They could have easily not streamed Tord versus Ryuki. Ryuki playing the Mega Absol, and actually Ryuki had in his deck had outs to the Mega Absol deck. Played the Watchtower for late game and played E-Hammer. So he was actually favored in this matchup, but prized the E-Hammer game 2, and they both had a weird game 1, and it was just like such a good like back and forth with these 2 players. So I'm happy to see that match get streamed. But yeah, Mega Absol and Guardy, kind of dominated top 4 overall. And then, Liam just kind of went through the Guardies to get there. He beat, not Abaan, he beat somebody else and then beat Henry Chow to make it to finals. So we got some Dragapult Dusknoir here. Nick Moffat with the Golden Go Lavencia. Golden Go Rocks Lavencia. We haven't really seen a lot from this deck. We haven't seen a lot from Nick Moffat either, so it's nice to see, Nick Moffat back doing well. Got Zorak Lunatone package, 6 fighting, 3 metal, and 2 lightning with 1 copy of Lavencia to kind of help against that Badoo. What do you guys think about this? Does this have some legs?
Funnily enough, I built something like this like right when it came out, or like the new stuff came out. But I never really played it too much, but I think it's good. I mean, like Lavencia Lightning is just so good.
Yeah, I mean, this is a piece we've been talking about a little bit for Goldango, which is why like the Rocks belt just hasn't like quite meshed, where you lost so many good pieces of Goldango with cutting all the other energies, right? Lightning Lavencia, just a very strong combo. I think when you compare this to other options such as like the Lana's Aid, like something like this feels better because you want a stadium anyways. And also if you're able to win the stadium war against your opponent, then you can get a lot of value out of Lavencia. So I think definitely something that I like to see here. A cool innovation. I'm curious if we'll see this continue or if people will ignore to say, hey, it's not enough. But like Levincia is very good. You get a lot of value from it with Goldango. And I'm sure throughout Nick got a lot of value from it as well.
Really respecting the Absol decks and the retreat locks, also playing 2 Turos.
Yeah, a lot of them have been on the 2 Turo just as that extra mobility. And, you know, when you're not playing Iono, you're not playing Cypher, you just kind of have that extra space, the extra Turos to find it when you need it.
But yeah, looking at the rest of top cut here, we did have a 16-person cut. It was a clean cut. We didn't have anyone miscut this time, thankfully. We got Joltik Box all the way up to 8th place with Huckenberg's Joltik Box list.
Hockenberg.
Back to like a really just like a, you know, Crispin Box. Does not play the Clefairy was a big shout out that I saw, you know, in his list, but does play the Mega Mawile in Joltik Box. So this looks like to be our newest iteration of Joltik Box with Power Glass, E-Switch. What do you guys think about Joltik Box in the current meta? We talked about Goldango Joltik taking it down locally at our cup, and then, you know, this made top 8. Is Joltik in a good spot for these upcoming tournaments?
I personally say no. I'm looking at his run right now. He actually played against 0 Dragapults.
Nice.
Cutting the Clefairy did not punish him.
No
I
punish.
mean, he played against the Dragapult Zard, but I feel like he just beat that deck.
Their deck doesn't really work anyways.
Nah, it works. What are you talking about?
Worked against me, I guess. But
Dragon Ball Zard, I don't know, doesn't really work in my opinion.
What do you think about Joltik Box, Maddox? You think this is a good deck?
I think, again, people correctly identified it. It was pretty well positioned for Vegas. I think a lot of people weren't really respecting Pikachu. And again, just early Iron Hands is very good. I think the Mega Mawile, in a way, makes up for not having a Clefairy answer because it's something that's still difficult to deal with. And it can one-shot a Dragapult after you've taken 4 prizes with the 2 medals. So again, you know, in that matchup, right, you're going early hands, amp. Your opponent's going to try to like stick you. You know, you get out of it, you amp again, and then they go Dragapult, Iono, and then from there, then you have a little bit of time to just piece together a Mega Mawile combo, and at the same time, something that they have a hard time knocking out. So, again, since you are the aggressor in this matchup, I think it's fine. And there's even some situations where some folks have been able to say, you know, I mean, even talk about it in Goldango. In some board states, you can just get Mega Mawile down, attach a medal to it, plus have that and your attacker and be like, okay, deal with all of this.
Yeah.
And most decks don't have an immediate quick way to deal with a Mega Mawile type of thing, especially if you're punching up with Iron Hands.
That's fair. Yeah, man, I like the deck. I've been pretty high on Joltik Box. I'm excited to see what it can do. And then right on the outside of cut, we had a bunch of Guardy. Guardy. Dragapult Dusknoir with Cal Connor at 19th place. But let's take a look at the meta share for the weekend. For our day 1 meta share, if we turn the variant grouping on, we had Goldango as the most popular deck, followed up by Gardevoir, Dragapult, Charizard, Ceruledge, and Marnie's Grimmsnarl. We thought maybe Mago Absol might make it on the graphic, but it didn't again. Do you think this is going to change going forward, this kind of lineup of, you know, most popular decks here going towards LEIC?
I think so.
What do you think's going to change?
I think Cerule is going to drop off.
I mean, that's fair. That's a fair assessment, right? Ceruledge did not show up at all.
Yeah.
Yes. You can't do well with Ceruledge when you're playing Carmine in your deck because the card sucks, right? Been over that.
Yeah, I think heading into LAIC specifically, I think that, you know, it's not necessarily going to be that a lot of decks in the top are going to drop off. I don't even know if Mega Absol and Creason play that much heading into LAIC.
Yeah,
I know we'll see some good play from a lot of the folks traveling in. I know a lot of the locals there, you know, Raging Bolt, Terrorbox are all very popular decks in Latin America. I expect those to kind of continue to see play as well. Absol might go up a little bit. Where's that meta share going to come from? Maybe like a little bit from Goldango, a little bit from Ceruledge. Again, I
if you're
feel like
playing Ceruledge, you're not jumping from Ceruledge to Mega Absol, probably, right?
Well, I agree. It's not that you're jumping from Ceruledge to Mega Absol. It's that you're jumping from like Ceruledge to like a Terrorbox or Raging Bolt or Goldango.
Yeah, right. So I don't know. I don't see this changing too much this weekend.
Yeah, I guess my point is like I feel like things are gonna change. Like things don't necessarily change by like one deck drop. I mean, I think Ceruledge could see a departure, but I don't really exactly know how much it's played in Latin America. But I know a lot of the folks traveling in, won't be opting for Ceruledge, will instead be opting for the Guardies, Dragapults,
Right.
Absol, Zoroark, Grimmsnarl, things like that.
But look at day 2. We did see, like you said, Ceruledge already drop off down from 6% down to 5, and Absol come up from 4 to 6. Grim dropped a little bit, but everything else kind of remained the same. So pretty even, conversions. But Goldengo jumped way up to 20% meta share. So Goldengo converted really well for this weekend. I think we can take a look at the conversion rates. Mega Absol best conversion rate, followed up by Goldengo. So,
again, also I think I just want to point out Zoroark's 9% conversion rate. Again, this is a deck that is popular. People like playing it, but it is very tough to play. So it's no surprise that we see Liam Halliburton with it at the top in finals.
That's fair.
But again, this is a difficult deck to play, and I think it really takes one of those skilled pilots to play it well.
Pour one out for Mega Venusaur.
Rip to the jungle dumpers.
33 people believed in it, but couldn't quite get it.
33 people believed in it, and 0 made day 2 out of the largest day 2 we've had ever. With what we say, 500 and something players, guys.
518, I think.
518 or something like that.
That's just crazy. Oh, kudos, by the way. Like, I know we didn't talk about your guys' tournament run super much because you didn't do all that hot. But kudos to you, Parker, for playing it out last round. I'm very proud of you because I didn't want to see your name at 521.
Well, all right, it wouldn't have been there, but I that was not by choice. I was ready to. I was really ready to ID, honestly.
Boo.
Wait, what happened? Wait,
oh,
nothing.
I played against like a really big Japanese player, I guess, and he wanted to play it out, obviously.
Oh, really?
From Japan, he's here to.
Yeah, points don't help him,
Yeah, exactly. He's here to win the tournament. Yeah, he has like 18,000 followers on Twitter or something.
Jeez, okay. I played Bass.
Yeah, he wanted to play. I was like, okay, sure. And then disaster happens. But I want to say that was one of the most fun Pokemon games I've played in like years. It was like so strategic and like we were like strategically passing to like play our counter catcher, and like he like double earied me that game and like got rid of like all my recovery.
Was it Absol?
Yeah, it was Absol.
Mega Absol.
It was like such a good game.
You're kind of unfavored in that, right? What'd you end up playing, Gertie?
I was Guardy.
You're unfavored in that, right?
I don't know. See, like I didn't test. Like I played like 2 games against it, and I was able to just like drift them twice. And but like no, he took away like all my night stretchers and rods, so like I couldn't drift again.
Yep.
What ended up happening was he finally took KO because my only out really I had to bench Mew, because like that was my only out was to go double monkey Mew, copy the attack.
Yeah.
And he ended up bossing the Mew. I was like, oh, thank God. So I just went counter catcher the Petch, attack with Guardy, but I forgot about Lively Stadium. I had 2 monkeys on my bench.
Oh no! So you had a game?
I had game, yeah. I had game.
Game 1 and then long game 2.
Yeah, game 2 you just went like evil tall.
Yeah.
Seconds.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I mean, that's fair.
It was heartbreaking.
We've all been there. I trust me. I had boss for game and boss the wrong Pokemon, so we've been there.
Yeah.
And shout out Akira. Akira actually did win a Champions League back in May of 2024.
Oh, really?
He is very good. Yeah.
Very good player. Another top 8 of Champions League.
Okay. Very good player.
And had a top 16. Had a top 16 Brisbane a couple weeks ago as well. So shout out to.
Yeah. So very good player. Traveling the world.
Yeah.
He's my quick shout outs. Yeah. I did also lose my win in while we're talking about that. Actually hit Neo, who got top 16, and who ended up I hit him around 7. We were both 4-1-1. So shout out to Neo for making it all the way to ASIM. Unfortunately, I had 2 chances at the winning in and lost them both. Regrettably, hit Neo, who was playing the Jelly Guardy. I mean, he's a very sharp young player. He played better than me in the matchup for sure. I almost stole game 1 from him, but then they lost that and then lost game 2. And then shout out to Addy Ward, super cool opponent. They were playing Grimmsnarl Frostlass, but leaned into like a heavier like Badoo line, almost like a little like Frostlass Monkey Dory. So they did play the double Badoo. Most of it cut that, and also included the Bravery Charm. So, and I also cut Monkey out of my Dragapult Dusknoir list. So I got out Itchy Pollen. I was never able to really kind of get a board established. I was able to win a game, but then lost games 2 and 3. And my loss was to one of the Kawasaki brothers. Karen Kawasaki, got to meet him, super cool guy. I won a nice game 1. We were kind of talking about later. He made a mistake there where I was able, and it kind of allowed me to take a Naka that he shouldn't have. Games 2 and 3, I just did not get to set up the entire game. I mean, like literally, it's one of those. Game 3 was one of those where like it gave you just enough to be like, oh, I can continue playing. It's like I have like, no cards in hand. Like was my I had a bat. I owned me better. I forget what it was. There's probably something I could have always done, but like they're like my lone Drakloak recon into an Ultra Ball. So I'm like, okay, I need to Ultra Ball this hand away to get Fez because the rest of my hand's dead. Like Fez is prized, and I'm like, all right, Badoo Itchy Pollen, like. I'm like, I've studied this variation, and I know it makes sense for me to get Fez here and draw cards, but instead I'm just gonna Badoo and back.
That's crazy.
But still a fun time.
Still sounds like you had good times. You did well in its own right? You made it to the winning ends, both of you. So that's a good step in the right direction. Gotta give a quick shout out to Joey from Wokey Pokey for making day 2 or phase 2 with. I think he ended up playing Goldango.
Yep.
It was funny. I texted him after he won round 8, and I said, "Job's not finished." And the text back was, "Bro, I just want to go drink."
He lost the next round, and then he no-showed for day 2 just to hang out with his wife.
Yeah, just hang out, have fun.
Can't blame him.
He was there with his wife, having a vacation, having a good time. So, but still, shout out, did well, great finish. One quick shout out before we move on. Got to give a shout out to Kevin Herrera, 411th place in Las Vegas, with the coolest Grimmsnarl list that I have seen in a very long time. So we got 2-1-2 Grimmsnarl, a 2-2 Frostlass, a 2-2 Solrock Lunatome, and 2 Blood Moon Ursalunas, the baby version that has the battle hardened ability to attach to fighting to itself. Just play the 2 Brock Scouting to be able to get the Blood Moon Ursaluna to its hand. And 4 Arven, 2 Petrol, 1 Trolley. Just a really interesting build here. And made day 2 with it, did well, right? So they knew their list. Let's play the 1 Psychic. Where is the Psychic relevant?
Monkey attack was Monkey. Yeah.
All right, we trying to mind bit. I didn't even.
You play Crispin. I guess you want extra extra targets are always fine.
Sure, extra targets are good. Yeah, but play the 6 Fighting and 4 Dark. What do you guys think about this list? Is this something you're playing a local soon?
It's definitely cooking. I mean, I want to play all the new Phantasmal stuff, but it's cooking.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm touching this list, but shout out to them for I'll probably be in the honorary Crispin's Corner Cook of the Week, which a really, really cool combo pile. But again, like you're spreading a lot of damage. It works well with the Blood Moon Ursaluna attack. And you're spreading damage. If you have the right board of like monkeys down, frost houses in play, then your Ursaluna can literally just keep one-shotting everything. So
we also had a Palafin in day 2.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if you guys saw that. Palafin Dunsparce.
Hey,
Cornerstone tech. You love to see it.
Yes, got the Cornerstone
big EX tech, and the double baby Palafins.
Yeah, double pay. Yeah, so
130, and we got options.
AO's Cornerstone.
They have a beach stadium in their deck, but it's the wrong beach stadium.
Surfing Beach, regrettably, is so much better than Beach Court.
No, it really is.
It's not even close.
All right, we have a Seeking Festival lead in day 2. We got a Yen Mega in day 2.
What is?
I'd love to see it.
What?
Why does it say 1 Marnie Scriptstar? Is that like without Frostless?
Wait.
Oh, this is Tim Franklin. What do you?
Oh, it is without Frostless. Yeah. He played.
Yeah, Grimmsnarl Toes with the Toad Scroll.
All right, well, let's move on to our next topic. That's our Las Vegas recap from this weekend. I want to talk about some Paldean Fates. No, Phantasmal Flames list to get you ready for locals this week. Before we jump into the actual list, what have you guys tried so far? What are you looking forward to trying the most before we jump into the list? If you could sleeve up anything tomorrow at locals, what are you sleeving up?
I want to play Zoropod.
Zeropod?
Yeah, it's basically Zoroark, Zoroark, the old Zoroark plus Golisopod, which had Mega Lopunny's attack.
Okay.
Just do that.
So you want to play the Mega Lopunny deck?
Yeah.
Oh no, he wants to play Zoroark EX with Mega Lopunny.
Is that a deck? I mean, we haven't seen that one yet.
I don't know if it is a deck. I just want to try it for nostalgia.
I got some Lopunnies you can borrow. I only have 4.
True. I have one of my own.
Max, what about you? What do you want to play?
I mean, the only deck I've played of a brand new archetype I've played online is the Lopunny Dusknoir deck, which has a little bit of that like feel of like the Palkia Dusknoir, like Tropicos Dusknoir type of thing. So, I mean, again, you're just going in like Badoo early and then just set up like big board wipes. Kind of cool to see. Again, like seems a little bit like a pile, but you have a lot of inherently strong cards in the deck. So if you draw them all when you need them, then it's pretty good. Other than that, I think the other takeaways, I was kind of trying to cook up like a Goldengo with the fire stuff with like fire breather.
Oh, the fire breather, yeah.
Type of thing. I haven't quite figured out a list that like makes sense for that. Having to like find a supporter to play, and you don't want to play a lot of the supporter because it's kind of bad otherwise.
Yeah.
So I just don't know if it's better than Energy Search Pro, but like something I'm trying to spend a little bit of time with. And other than that, I think it's just trying to think what's the right count of like Dawn to play in some of my favorite stage 2 decks, like a Dragapult or a Charizard type of thing. So that's the other part I'm thinking about. Are any of those the right inclusion over other choices? Things like that.
Okay. Those are interesting. I've been playing the Sharpedo deck online. It's kind of fun. It kind of cooks. I think it needs a little more like agency to like not be attacking with just like the Sharpedo every turn for the most part. Because right now the list we'll look at doesn't have much else in addition to the Toxtricity. It's not really a dark box. It's really it's meant to be a Sharpedo deck with the Mochi and everything like that. But it could hit some really good numbers. Like I'm knocking out Dragapults and stuff. So it's pretty early. You got hit for 70 attack, draw 2 cards, and then later you can hit for bigger numbers. So I really enjoy the deck. But let's get to the list. So we'll go back to sharing screen. First up on the list is a dark box that's popping around. This leads into the Toxtricity, which has the ability to search your deck for a dark energy and attach it to one of your bench dark Pokemon. If you do, put 2 damage counters on that Pokemon. Of course, enabling the best card in format, Monkey Dory, while also powering up your attacker. This build does have the Brute Bonnet without the poison ability. This is the regular Brute Bonnet. It has the Mega Absol EX and the Roaring Moon. We got Relentless Punch that does 50 more damage for each damage counter on your opponent's active Pokemon. So again, kind of leaning into like the Blood Moon deck that's been running around a little bit, right? Move the damage counters to your opponent's active, use the single prizer to hit some big numbers. Has the Unfair Stamp, 2 Bravery Charms, 4/4 Lilies, and Arven Split with 3 Iono and 2 Boss. What are you guys' thoughts on this dark box? Does this have any legs, this format?
I think it does. I mean, it looks fun for the very least, but I don't know. I think it's probably decent. Like maybe.
Yeah, I think again, it's a really good time for dark Pokemon support. I think really a lot of that's enabled by the Petron EX. Again, being able to have like the infinite mobility of saying, hey, I'm going to have my benched attacker, push it to the active. Toxtricity, the great new ability. Again, searching energy from the deck to accelerate, always very strong on a stage 1. And also the damage in the play right now is very relevant with Monkey Dory, of course, as you said, Eric. Again, just being able to have a combo where you have a couple Toxtricity set up, you can chain your benched attackers every turn and then use your hand attachment to put on Monkey Dory. I mean, just that combo is just going to be really, really strong. Again, as we see Monkey Dory dominate the format now, right? Gardevoir does the same thing. Generate damage in the play, use Monkey Dory with your 1 manual attachment, since you don't have to power up your attackers to hit the right numbers and everything you need. So I think really cool to see. Again, the main issues here it comes into is just kind of engineless, right? You're reliant on that Pheasantipity, you're reliant on, having the right attackers on board when you need them. If your support engine gets targeted down, is that a bit of a risk? You're playing the unfair stamp, so I think this is leaning a little bit more on like bricking your opponent. So I think there's some value there. Again, I think this
plus Call of Darkness has got to be brutal.
Oh, always. Yeah, I mean, shoving a Mega Absol with a Bravery Charm, 330 active. You have the one worst card in your hand and whatever the top deck is, right?
Yeah, that's terrible.
Can be tough.
That's gotta be scary. That would scare me. All right, let's move on to the next deck to showcase, and that's what you guys were talking about, Maddox, the Mega Low Pony Dusknoir. Want to take us through this deck since you've been playing it?
Yeah, again, I think this is pretty close. I think this was pretty close to a list that Azul played, at least had a YouTube video on. So, and I forget if I played this or something similar, but ultimately, again, you're playing very, very heavily into that Dusknoir line to get it going. Of course, you're playing a 4-2-3 Dusknoir line with 4 rare candies, just like really aggressively getting your Dusknoirs out. Your main attacker is the Mega Low Pony, or for the what's the attack? Gale Thrust.
Gale Thrust.
You're hitting 230 to the active, and you only play 5 energy, 4 jets, 1 combo with the Mega Low Pony plus enriching energy as the ace spec for some extra draw. I mean, and really, like, your goal is just take a turn to slow down your opponent, either by shoving Badoo and Itchy Pollen or by shoving Klefki with this Mischievous Lock. And then with that extra turn, you go Lilies into a switching card and draw 2 more with Mega Kangaskhan, and then you just blow up a bunch of Dusknoirs and then punch your Mega Low Pony. Mega Low Pony punch the active for 230. Right? I mean, your attacks can just go like Dusknoir, take a prize, Mega Low Pony take 2 prizes, Dusknoir take a prize.
This is literally Palkia decks like this, but except for you don't have a way to snipe 2 things.
Exactly. I mean, just like very aggressive. Yeah, very aggressive deck. Again, utilizing Mega Low Pony with just a neutrally strong attacker. It has built-in shred as well.
I think Halliburton might be good in this deck.
As I played a couple games, I was thinking that I don't think there's quite enough. And also the problem is, like, I think you don't want to take a knockout going first just because you can. Doesn't mean you always want to. Because I think you're really trying to lean into like being down a prize and being able to Lilies for 8 and like really refresh the hand to play all the combo pieces you need.
And you only play 1 stadium, so you're not going to find that often.
Exactly. Plus with the Fan Rotom, like, you don't have that many targets because, I mean, you have the Ditto, 2 Bunary, and a Pidgey.
Sure.
But also what I found with this, like, bench space is kind of tricky.
Okay.
Because, like, you want your 1 Disruptor, like Badoo, Klefki, and then you want, 2 Duskull, probably. You want at least 1 Bunary, maybe 2 if your opponent can target it down.
Yeah.
But then you also want to support, right? You need a Latias sometimes to shift through.
Only a 2-2 Bunary seems kind of scary.
Well, again, if you have a piece of prize, just pull it off Dusknoir, right?
They play 2-2 Palkia too.
Yeah, but like Palkia was not easily targetable down. Like a 70 HP Bunary seems pretty vulnerable.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah. I think the other piece is like Pidgeot you can attack with in a pinch, right? 2 energy, easily power it up. Yeah, again, if you don't have pieces you need, just pop more Dusknoirs and take more prizes.
Yeah, second place in the Sunny's Weekly on Monday. That's Sunny played this, so cool deck. We'll see how the format shapes with it after LAIC. Next up, and sorry for the blurriness if this is tough. This is on the Pokekabook website. Zoomed in so you can see a little bit better. This is the Empoleon EX deck running around with Metal Maker, Mawile, Mew EX, the Water Pond with 4 Luminous Energies. So really just attacking with the Mawile. And this build doesn't have...
and the Empoleon.
Yeah, that's what
Empoleon's the main guy.
I meant to say Empoleon. This deck doesn't have what I played against earlier, but earlier someone had like the Sacred Charm, and then they had the Metal Stadium with some Jumbo Popsicles because the Jumbo Popsicle, works for 3 energies. Yep. So you could create some type of like, because basically the Empoleon says it can't be hit by effects, so Terminal Period would never work on it. And it takes 60 less damage. So after it attacks, it's effective 380 HP without any modifiers on top of it. You play Cape in this, 480 HP. That's pretty strong to deal with. But I see people playing it with the Metal Maker. What are you guys' thoughts on Empoleon EX? I mean, because my first thoughts when I was pulling the card is like, these are just bulk, right? These are just going to go in the bulk bin, and we're not going to do anything with it. So does Empoleon have legs? Or is Empoleon going to be good?
I like it not just because I like the Pokemon, but like I am a sucker for tank strategies. Like I I think it's a cool, not like fully stall, but like you can't one shot my guy. Like he gets to live another turn, kind of thing. Like I don't know, I like those. So and I think it is pretty decent. Like it has a lot going for it.
Again, just like tank is, a strategy we don't see too much in the TCG, especially with so many like one-shot decks, especially right now in standard. But something like this, where 320 HP plus take 60 less, plus can't be hit by effects, entering like a mega format, right? We have a lot of bulky two prizes right now, like the Dragapults, the Gardevoirs, but that's not always going to be the case. So to have some of these bulky EXs that are hitting good numbers that are just hard to deal with, I think is always like going to be pretty valuable. Again, great to see Metang and Metal Maker getting a little bit of a new life. Haven't really seen it too much lately. I think this deck utilizes it really well, especially if you're able to build a board where you just have, hey, your 2-prize attacker and then a bunch of 1-prize support Pokemon. Eventually you're kind of going to wear them down. You have some options, of course, with Mew and the Mawile and the Ogerpon. And also Genesect like does work very, very well with this. Again, you just play heavy nest ball count. You don't need any Ultra Balls to find your Metangs. Or back when playing Dialga, the hard part was like you got to find your Dialga V-Stars, you got to find your Metangs. When I have Genesect, your one-stop shop to find whatever you need. You need a Napoleon, you need a Metang, like you can get them both. So I think cool to see. I'm not sure how competitively viable this will be, but I definitely want to see it given a shot.
Yeah, I mean, I'm interested to see like how we can like modify the damage, because the damage output for me is the concern. The employee only does 210, and there's no Monkey Dories, there's no modifiers, there's no black belts, there's nothing like that. So, I want to see what happens with Empoleon. I don't know if Metal Maker is the best. It could be, right? But like maybe you play a 1/1 Archaludon. I don't know. Who knows? We'll see. It seems like 16, 12 metal spots plus 8 for the Metal Maker. That's 20 spots in your deck. So maybe you could be a little more efficient with those 20 spots to make this work a little bit better. Moving on to the next deck. This is my personal favorite right now. The Mega Sharpedo deck. This build's a little different than what I've been playing currently. But it does have a 3/3 Sharpedo, a 3/2 Toxtricity line. Play 2 Petron, so that way you don't prize it, because you really do need it with the Biting Mochi, as I mentioned earlier. 2 Monkey Dories, Psyduck, because Psyduck plus Phantom Dive is devastating to this deck. Dusknoir, I mean. But this list does play like the Wally's Companion and the Risky Ruins and Headquarters and other ways to modify some damage. Cape seems to be the like the one aspect that everyone's kind of leaning towards, because you want damage counters on your guy, and so the math kind of fixes itself for a lot of matchups if you don't have a modifier. But I still think just Secret Box is the best, because this deck doesn't have any on power, any onboard draw, really. So I think Secret Box is, kind of like a good setup card, plus it's a good card to like just have at any point during the game. But I really like Sharpedo. It can hit some cool numbers. Just 270 base. You move some monkey damage over, you can get like 290, 300. Got Mochi. You can add 40 if you're poisoned, which Petrant poisons you. So there's a lot of cool things. Got Risky Ruins in there in this build. So there's definitely some damage modifiers that this deck can take advantage of. And we'll be seeing the shark on the table, but not the rule shark. This is the Mega Sharpedo. So what do you guys think about Mega Sharpedo? Maddox, you go first this time.
Yeah, I think it's a strong card. I mean, again, even the first attack, 70 damage, draw 2, just like a solid attack, again, especially when so much of the meta is defined by like these like smaller setup Pokemon. Even if you like set up for a notable like 2-shot on an EX type of thing.
Yeah.
I think the part here you said obviously no onboard draw, but again, utilizing Toxtricity, getting the damage onto the Sharpedo, like this is obviously a combo that they were intending to be played together. There's a lot of good support right now. And again, when it's something like this is very easy to power up, then that's when the Wally's Compassion like gets a lot of value. Again, if you have a Mega Sharpedo with the Hero's Cape and you just tank a hit just once, and you say, okay, I'm gonna return the energy to my hand, and I can attach one, and I can search another one from my deck, get it powered up. Also, Mega Sharpedo is free retreat. Like, I mean, there's a lot of good things.
And that's what I was going to point out. I was like, the Sharpedo with free retreat is broken, and this list doesn't have Tatsugiri, but I love Tatsugiri in this deck with the free retreat.
Mm-hmm. again, especially the combo there too is if your Mega Sharpedo is in the active, retreat to a Tatsugiri, and then find your supporter, and then you can use your Petron to push the Sharpedo back to the active.
I love
so lots of cool things you can do here. Again, I guess time will tell to see how competitively viable this deck is. But for now, I mean, there is a cohesive strategy. Any Mega Sharpedo heads or ones who wants to just try like an aggressive, like big smack and Sharpedo Shark deck, like go for it.
Heck yeah.
Parker, were you playing this deck? You picking up Sharpedo, or is this bulk for you right now until proof?
Oh, I mean, I definitely want to pick it up. I love Sharpedo. I've always loved sharks. Like,
yeah,
sharks are like my special interest when I was younger. But yeah, no, I mean, like, I thought the card was good, and like people were like, oh, it sucks, but then like,
I think it's solid.
I think it's good. Like,
the problem is just 3 prizes right now, and the 2 prizes format is just tough.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, moving on to next deck. Everyone's favorite 2-prizer dark deck with Rare Candy Charizard, Rare Candy Pidgeot, Rare Candy Mega Charizard XEX, attach some energies, play Dawn, get all my guys, evolve.
You're rare candying all of them out before using Dawn? That seems like the tricky part.
Yeah, I mean, tricky gym around here, you know? But this deck has the fan rare, it's got the Noctowl engine. What do you guys think about this deck? Max, I know you're like a big Charizard believer. Is this deck going to be good? Like, I don't know, the XEX is a good card, but maybe the rest of it is good?
I mean, first off, the power of this deck is just a lot of consistency that we haven't seen before. Again, and all that is enabled by Dawn, right? You go and play Dawn, right? You know, say you get your fan, if you have some Hoots down or a Pidgey down, right? In one turn, you can go Dawn for your Pheasantipity plus your Noctowl plus your Pidgeot, and you go Noctowl for rare candy plus whatever else for 2 rare candies. You go rare candy Pidgeot, right, and search for other piece, right? I mean, just a lot of combo potential when you're playing these multi-stage decks that have a lot of different pieces going on. Again, being able to use Noctowl or Dawn to search for all of your engine pieces, set up your attackers, is very, very strong. Is this all needed? Is this better than just a regular Charizard deck? No, this is Charizard with the Crystal for the Water Pond. And we have seen this before. Very strong combo. Again, just the Sod Pressure, but of course, Torrential Pump, of course, being extremely relevant. Rizard, has had trouble now saying, like, how am I taking those first 2 prizes? Now you can go right in with the Wellspring Ogerpon, continue to threaten it over every turn, and your opponent has to deal with it. And once they deal with it, now you can swing more with your Charizard EX. Or you have the one-shot nuke option of the Charizard XEX, being able to hit just an absurd amount of damage.
How in the world are we beating Badoo?
Fan Rotom?
Noctowl? Fan Rotom? Yeah.
Yeah. All the.
I mean, you play Dawn for Noctowl, and you Dawn for
Stadium Energy.
I mean, you don't get another attack, right? I mean, you can just go sob them, and then the next turn you can go Crystal, and then manually evolve to the Zard.
I guess.
I'm really scared. Yeah, you can like Dawn for Charmeleon, and it's just 1 for 40.
That's fair, actually. Yeah.
Charmander.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
I don't know. I think it.
I don't
Badoo
know.
sucks.
I just don't see any Evo. It's all candy base.
You don't need Evos where we're going. We got Dawn.
We got Dawn. We're just go get the guy.
But also, to be fair, I mean, like, Terrabox doesn't play 4 ways to go and find your stage 1, your Noctowls under item lock, right? Sometimes they would play a Hilda.
Sure.
Or sometimes they'll play like a Brock Scouting. In this case, you do actually have, of course, they're really just banking on I used Fan Call and I kept a Noctowl around. So again, the supporter-based Pokemon search does give you something.
All right, well, that's going to do it for our kind of Phantasmal Flames deck list for this week. Notable card missing from most of those deck lists was Battle Cage. And I really like this card. I think it's got some legs in the format. So I know it's passive, Maddox. I know that's probably where you're going, right? It is passive, but like it's strong, right? Like prevent damage counters, prevent, it's the side deck replacement too at the same time. So there's some.
Yeah, I mean it's not a perfect side deck replacement.
Yeah, it allows them to obviously themselves, but they can't put the counters on me, so it's great.
They can put it on your active, which sometimes is good enough.
Yeah, it's fine.
So I mean, like I think the Battle Cage or Battles or whatever it's called, is good. I think just right now in the format, right? Again, it's very much like we're not in a Stadium War format right now, so there'd be what deck can afford to play 4 copies of this to try to win the Stadium War against these decks. But also, like, against the Dragapult Dusknoir, I mean, they can just kind of sit back, accumulate resources until they hit you with the perfect combo.
I know. I know all the bad things about the card, but I like the card. I don't know. Maybe we play like Chaotic Swell, and I don't know.
Now, new interaction. If you play the Lunatone Soul Rock from Obsidian Flames with New Moon, then you turn off the effects of stadiums under your Pokemon. So your Pokemon can still be affected by damage counters from your opponent's Pokemon, but you can't affect theirs.
Yeah, sounds really good.
I'm just like, yeah, whatever, Maddox. It sounds
I wish that Lunatone was better. There's got to be, I mean, since there's a new good Lunatone Soul Rock, maybe there's a place for the New Moon Lunatone before it rotates.
Listen, I already know the Judge call I'm going to get at the next tournament I'm in. Judge, my opponent used Dusclops with Battle Cage and play, and I targeted my bench Pokemon. And now they want to target my active instead. No, sir, you cannot do that. You've knocked out your Pokemon. You've given your opponent a prize. Congratulations, you played yourself. Like,
I don't know. Counter catcher.
That's right. Anyways, that's gonna do it for our decks there. So we'll see what happens. Good luck cooking this week. Next up, I'm gonna get into my fun trivia that I have built for you guys this week. And before we do, guys, say thank you to FCBC for some sleeves and the best sleeves in the game that I'm enjoying right now. What'd you guys rock this weekend in Vegas?
Rock the Itchy Pollens.
Maddox, Itchy Pollen?
I had to hit him with the Itchy Pollen since I was playing Badoo. So rock to the Itchy Pollens. I do love, I honestly, like, it was cool to run with the Badoos, but I think I'm going back to like the Baby Blues or Periwinkles. Like, I just like the pastels too much. The Itchy Pollen was nice though. It was very satisfying to be like, haha, my Badoo is slowing them down with my Itchy Pollen FCBC screen. It's just sleeves though.
Get wrecked. But yeah, let's get into this week's trivia question. It's kind of a weird one, but it's a lot of fun. I enjoyed doing this one. I think last week or week before we talked about like the best decks and ranking them based off win percentage, right? We're gonna do a very similar question this week, but we're gonna go the opposite direction. So according to Limitless Labs at the Las Vegas Regionals, I want you to rank the following decks in terms of win percentage from worst to best. So the worst one being number 1 and the 5th worst one being number 5. Are you ready for the 5 decks? And these 5 decks were the 5 least performing decks. They had to have a minimum of 5 people playing the regional. So I didn't choose decks for like 1 person. So minimum 5. All right, the decks are Chinpao Baxcalibur, Ogerpon Meganium, Blissey, Rockets Mewtwo, and Mega Manetric EX. Please rank those decks from worst to best.
So we had Manectric, Rockets Mewtwo,
Blissey,
Chenpao,
Ogerpon,
Meganium, Ogerpon. Okay, like, I love playing the Rockets deck, but it's so bad just because like you just can't do it. You can't do enough. Like, you get Iono'd and your opponent sets up a 2-prizer and you just like lose. Or maybe, I don't know, maybe it is better than I'm thinking. I mean, all those decks you mentioned are like all real decks. Like, I wouldn't think they do awful, but maybe they are just pretty bad.
I think Rockets Mewtwo is probably the lowest win rate.
I mean, it gets farmed by Guardy and by Goldango, right? That's probably the metric. Like, how bad are you into those decks? So I'll say that's the worst one.
Okay.
Like, Meganium Ogerpon, like, seems kind of okay.
Yeah.
And like, same with Mega Manectric.
Yeah.
Chenpao, like, a lot of people talk about it. I don't know if it's any good anymore.
Blissey, we'll put Blissey second.
Okay, but Fernando Cifuentes was there. I don't know if he played it, but if he did, I think that should influence it.
I can tell you that Fernando did not.
He did. Yeah,
he did not. Okay, well then, probably pretty low. Not gonna lie.
Fernando actually made Ascend, didn't he, or close to it?
Marcos Cifuentes lost to winning it, I think.
Okay. All right. So what's number 2?
I'm down to put Blissey there.
All right, yeah, I'm fine with that.
All right, and what's number 3?
Number 3.
Manectric or Chenpao?
I feel like those aren't bad decks.
Well, I mean, like, then it has to be Meganium Ogerpon.
Yeah,
like, that deck actually
like
hits for a lot of damage.
Too, yeah. I mean, a lot of damage isn't enough sometimes. sometimes. I don't know.
I think Chen Pao stage 2 is too tough to use. So, but Meganium can actually cheat the stage 2.
Sure.
So I'm based on the accessibility of the stages. I'm saying like Chen Pao is like too hard to get set up. Meganium is slightly easier to set up, and then Manectric is even easier than that to set up. And you probably just steamroll some games with Iron Hands, right?
Yeah. Or even Flash Ring.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So what were you saying is number 3?
Chen Pao, 4th Meganium,
Sure.
5th Mega Manectric.
Sure,
I mean,
we'll
you throw me somewhere else if you need, Parker.
No, I'm okay with that.
But Mega Manectric being the best of those 5 does seem pretty sus. Not gonna lie.
So for clarity's sake, you're saying that the from worst to best, Rocket's Mewtwo, Blissey, Chen Pao, Meganium, and Manectric.
Yeah.
You guys locking it in?
Sure, yeah.
For the second time in the history of the Beach Square podcast, you got them all right.
Wait, really? Yo.
You got them all right. Rocket's Mewtwo, 24.64% win rate.
Yikes.
Blissey, 27.59% win rate. Chen Pao, 31.2. Ogerpon Meganium, 31.5. And Mega Manectric at 34.4% win rate. So all the decks sub 35%. And Rocket's Mewtwo maybe getting some support coming out. I know we got some new cards coming out, some Doug Trio or something. I didn't really.
The Doug Trio is not good.
It's not good.
But they need something. They need a Team Rocket's Fezandipity EX. That's what would really help the deck. You can use Ariana plus play Fez.
Yeah. Hey, congratulations, guys. You guys got one, like all the way right. That's pretty good. All right, let's move on next to our fantasy draft. Let's see if you guys can beat me in fantasy draft again. Wait, not again. You've never done it before.
Ouch.
Ouch, that one stuck.
All right, Parker, we're going to let you go first. I'm going to go second, and Maddox, you're going to go last. So how this works is we will each draft 10 players in total. We're going to do snake draft style. You must draft one player from each region, one player from Oceania, one player from North America, one player from Europe, and one player from Latin American. I will say that Tord is not going, Parker, so do not draft Tord. And the points that you will be awarded will be for your best 5 players. So your best 5 players will count towards your total finish. If they get day 2, you will get a bonus 25 points. And if you pick the winning deck at the end, you will get a bonus 50 points. So Parker Greenwald, you are on the clock, sir. Who would you like to pick for your number 1 overall pick in the fantasy draft for the Latin American International Championships?
It'd be crazy to bet against Henry Chow.
You're selecting Henry Chow?
Yep.
Okay, Henry Chow is your North American pick. So Henry Chow is off the board. So Tord's not going. I'm gonna go ahead and take my Latin America pick, Gabriel Fernandez, number 2 overall. I want to get some harder picks out of the way early in this draft. So I'm gonna take Gabriel Fernandez. Maddox, you're on the clock. You got sneak draft back to back. Who are you taking number 3 and 4 overall?
Not going to lie, probably would have taken Gabriel Fernandez here again, just as he does. We know he does farm those ICs. Yeah. He hasn't lost an IC in a very, very long time.
He does.
And I guess I'm deciding if I go with his brother or if I go with someone else for the Latin America representation. But I think there was, Gabriel Fernandez, again, had a good adjustment to the Masters division. However, did lose in his first regional finals against this other player, former world champion, Kimi Diego Casaraga, for Latin America. And then, again, the great part about the snake draft, I mean, I listen, if I can't pick Henry Chow, I got to pick the other person who's been playing Henry Chow's list and also been farming top cuts, like no stop. So give me Abaan.
Yeah, that's a good pick. That's a good pick. Give me. Again, I'm like trying to take these people that I don't know. When I say I don't know, I mean they're I'm trying to get my out of the country picks in first. All right, give me Brent Tonneson. Gotta get the Oceania out of the way. Gotta get the best player from Australia.
True.
He had
Parker.
a quiet week in Vegas, so he's gearing up for this.
That's right.
weekend now.
That's true. I'm going to take Liam.
Ooh.
Liam Halliburton.
Yeah.
I don't know how to spell their last name. That's strategy. I'm just gonna put H. This is we all know what this is.
Jesus.
All right, third. Who do you want to take
Hale?
next?
Yeah, Hal.
Owen
H-A-L-L.
Bellegarde.
Owen Dalgard.
Owen,
That's a pick. It's a good one. I like it. Solid pick. All right, you guys are going taking all the good North Americans. I'm just trying to get the hard ones out of the way.
You can't let too many good North American players get away, man.
That's fine. There's plenty of good players. It's deep. Everywhere else is deep too. Julius is someone I would like to pick. They had a rough, go at it in Vegas, but give me Christian Fatinot
True. Solid.
as my European player pick. All right, Maddox, you are up.
I'm going back with another American. This person did not go to Vegas. They actually went to Argentina for the special event. Didn't do that great there, but they're probably gearing up. And of course, when you're in LATAM, you got to hit some Charizard. So I'll go Jackson Ford.
Dang it. I had him on my list too.
So again, when he made a good run with Secret Box Charizard, it was at LAIC last year.
I'm sad.
Regional champion already this year. Great pick.
Dang. All right. Good pick. Next.
I got to go again. Let's see. I don't know for sure if she's going, but if she is, then I have to just go for picking her right now. No, I'm going Piper.
Oh, Piper. Oh.
Emma is a good choice as well.
I thought you were going Emma.
But I'm going Piper. Listen, if we think Zoroark's in a
all
good
right,
spot,
so you guys are just like taking all the good North Americans. So I'm gonna take all the good non-North Americans. That way it makes your non-North American picks worse.
Sure.
And I'm gonna take Fabrizio Silva because I love Fabrizio. He's always up there and killing it.
It's true.
So now you guys cannot have the two best players in Latin.
Bro, world champion Diego, I got him already, man.
It's fine. All right.
Plus, Vinny's still available. Great value pick.
Parker, you got two picks in front of you. What do you got?
Henry Brand.
Nice, good one.
He going? I hope so.
I think he is. Yeah.
He's not. And then we're gonna do. I don't know. I'm gonna assume he's playing Gustavo Wada.
He's LASC, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. He's LAIC.
He's him.
He is already the LAIC
He's
champion.
already LAIC.
All right, time to get some North Americans in here. Cal Connor still on the board? Slam dunk.
Yes.
Slam dunk. Give me Cal.
My top pick section.
Max, you're up next.
Not gonna lie, not picking Cal's probably a miss, but Cal, shout it out. You're gonna get it done. I think. Let's see. I'm trying to think what region. I think I got to go Europe at this point.
Okay. You can take Emma. Emma's on the board. You can go full ladies here.
I'm just not super sure about like how Flareon is like positioned for LAIC, and I also wonder if Emma is going. I do some Twitter research midstream.
I would assume that Emma has travel award at this point.
Well, no, I remember it had to have been before NIC last year, so not necessarily.
Oh, okay. You're right.
So, I mean, Emma likely has travel award after LASC for Europe.
For Europe.
I think given the folks on the list here, give me Hermione. Again, having a pretty strong season overall. Again, hope he's making the trip, but if he is, I think Hermione is again been right there. Would love to see a nice breakout. Well, he doesn't need a breakout, but
Yeah.
Breakout
for this.
A good fantasy finish. Good selfish fantasy finish.
Good
Like
selfish fantasy finish. That's right. All right. Next up.
I mean, Emma is going full time now, and again, might as well just stack up some of the Europeans.
Yeah.
Before Eric Krez goes in the counter strategy, so I'll take Emma Hagen as well.
I mean, I've already got my strategy, so my strategy's already been employed. I'm going full NA from here on out, most likely.
Full NA from here on out.
Most likely, yeah. All right, I am going to take. I'm really sad you took Jackson 4. I was hoping I can get him a little bit later. Give me. We haven't heard of for a while. I'm gonna take Caleb Rogerson. Does play well at ICs. And I haven't heard a lot from him this season, so hoping we can see a good finish from him in the IC.
True.
All right, Parker, you're up. You got back-to-back picks. Who do you want?
And Stefan Ivanov.
That's a good one.
We're going Fabian again. I have faith in him.
Who, Fabian?
Yeah.
All right, so Latin America.
No, they're both Europe.
Are they both Europe? Jeez.
Oh.
Geography. Tough. Okay, I can't take that person. That's too high to take them. Give me Andrew Hedrick.
Surprised he hasn't been picked yet. Dragapult's still good.
Yep. Dragapult's still good. Maddox, 7th and 8th round pick.
Or like the hardest part about like the LAIC picks are just that you have to know if they're going or not, right? So trying to scout on Twitter for making sure that there's some of these players that are going. So I think first off here,
don't select Rahul, by the way. He will not be there.
Okay, appreciate the tip. I do have to go again. I think I'm just going another European player, one who is locked in and per Twitter has confirmed is going to LAIC. Give me Daniel Magda, another regional champion.
All right.
I still need an Oceania pick.
You still need an Oceania pick.
I am going for not only a strong player, but a fantastic memer and a great stash. Give me Tim Franklin.
Oh, Tim Franklin. All right.
Which is also just very tricky. I just don't know who's going, but I know that Tim is going, and I know he's good enough that I can believe in him going. If I knew others were going, like I knew Natalie Millar's going.
I know Natalie is going.
Really? Is this known?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I saw a tweet from Natalie that she's going because she didn't do well in Vegas. So I am taking Natalie Millar.
Good choice.
I thought so you were going for when you said Europe or Shannon.
Well, I just didn't know if she was going. If I knew I was gonna pick. If I knew she was available, I would have grabbed her. Honestly,
I was so nervous. Okay, Parker, 8th and 9th round pick. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4 colors. All you're satisfied. All of your requirements
satisfied. I'm gonna do Ian Robb.
Ooh, good one. Okay.
I feel like for some reason he's not going, but
okay,
if he is, then and then I'm gonna do Julius Brunfeld.
Yeah, that's a good one. He's been on Guardy for a while.
Yep, we played the same 59.
We played the same 59. That's great. Yeah, do I have to do it just because they did so well in the special event this weekend too?
No.
I kind of have to though.
Can't do it.
You know what I'm talking about, Max.
Yeah.
I know you know. All right, I'm doing it. I'm taking Yurko. I can't not. I can't not. He's in his home country. Just did well last weekend. I can't not.
Fair. With my pick, I'm gonna go stack with a couple more Americans. I'll take Alex Szymanski.
Okay.
Actually, I'll just change it. I mean, listen, Alex and Josh Fricker play the same deck anyways. I'll just swap. Okay, fine. I was gonna look out for Josh.
You can take Josh.
I'll look out.
Josh?
I'll look out for one of my other boys.
You take Josh.
I'll go Alex. No, you said no. You had. Oh,
Just tell me what your pick is.
we'll go Alex,
Okay.
and then I'll pick another one of the boys. Who is going to NEIC? Who's actually a pretty having a good run, playing some Joltik Dango. My boy Ben Doberstein.
Okay. I was like, there's no way you take my pick. I was like, there's no way. I am taking Zach Cohen.
Thought about taking him as well.
Zach started like 5-0, 6-0 out in Vegas. So been killing it.
Yeah, he had a good weekend. He's locked in. Love to see it.
All right.
There's so many people I want to pick, but
Last pick in the draft.
I'm gonna pick Vinny.
Vinny, yeah. That's a good one.
VINI.
Oh, VINI, thanks.
Eric
Yeah.
Spellgood Ridgeway.
Listen, we all know I'm a terrible speller, okay? It's fine.
What do we say again, Eric?
Yeah.
VINI.
VINI.
Was it just one in?
Yep.
Yeah.
Not an equal side.
All right. Parker, opportunity for 50 bonus points. What deck wins LAIC?
Go for it.
Gardevoir?
They with some conviction. It's only the best deck.
And I wanted to say Dragapult, but I think Gardevoir is like.
You can say Dragapult.
You can say
I know I
whatever deck you
can.
wanna say.
No. I'm saying Gardevoir.
All right. Maddox, I'll let you go second.
Oh, you go for it.
Okay, I'm taking Goldingo. Give me the Goldingo.
That is a bold pick.
I got a lot of Goldingo players in here, man. I got Caleb. I got
All in on
Armand.
one deck. That's true.
Gotta go for it.
You know, I'm going for a little bit more of the fringe pick. Again, not picking Dragapult.
Charizard.
But no, I mean, listen, what deck has won a couple of the last two majors? I got Absol.
Okay, that's a good pick. That's not fringe. That's a really good pick.
Well, low play rate.
Yeah, but it's a good pick. I don't think it's fringe at all. Okay, well, that is our fantasy draft. Good luck this weekend, boys. Hope you do well, and you guys can finally take me down. We'll see. But yeah, so that's gonna do it for our fantasy draft. We're rounding out the episode here. I'm gonna give some quick thoughts from each of us. Quick 30 seconds on LAIC meta for this weekend. Parker, why don't you go first? Give us your quick 30 seconds. What changed between Vegas and LAIC, and what are some tips for people going to LAIC this weekend?
I really think not much changes. I wouldn't completely let the results of Vegas influence your decision. I mean, like, is Mega Absol going to be there? Is it going to be good? Yeah, absolutely. Should you play or maybe like pick your deck with that in mind? Yeah, I think so. But it's not like it's still gonna be low percentage. I think if you run into more than like 3 of them, like that's unlucky, I guess, if you have a bad matchup. But yeah, I don't know. I think not too much changes.
All right, Max, what's your quick 30-second elevator speech on LAIC?
Again, it's kind of same to what Parker said. Like, don't react too heavily. Again, at this point, the only considerations, you should be making very small considerations at this point. I think the big takeaways that I'm getting are, right, Goldango is still around and still good. So is relevant for Cornerstone. So if you're a deck that loses to Cornerstone, whether or not Cornerstone is a good play for the tournament, like if you're trying to win, you probably have to have something for Cornerstone to win.
Yep.
So just like keep that in mind in like a deck choice. Whether or not I think Cornerstone's like a good play, it's like you can predict the predictions, but if you want to win the whole thing, you probably need something.
Yeah.
Other than that, say what you know. Dragapult is still out there. Make sure you have something that respects item lock a little bit. Is this the weekend to go with like the turbo aggressive? Like, oh, I don't need any Evos, or I'm leaning all the candies. I'm not really sure. Again, Jelly Guardy is going to be played heavily. Badu is going to be played heavily. You got to be ready for those.
Yeah, those are all good points from me. It's make sure again, like you're not trying to switch, or you should know if you're listening to me right now. Our episode came out Thursday. You should lock in your deck. and you should know what you're playing. Iron out those few small matchup pieces. I agree with Maddox. I think you should tech for Cornerstone this weekend. It's a thing you should do. And if you're a deck that was playing Cornerstone in Vegas, don't play Cornerstone. Just find 2 better cards because maybe you don't need to play them. But yeah, the one last thing I want to say is just be careful. If you're in Brazil, don't walk down the street with your phone out. Don't walk by yourself. Have a friend, and go to Vecca Vela. It's literally like less than a 5-minute walk from the venue, and it's one of the best Picani steaks I've ever had in my life. So right down the street, Vecca Vela. Enjoy it. Have a good time in Brazil. We'll be back next week to recap the results and look forward towards the PFL format officially being allowed for play Pokemon next Friday after Thanksgiving. So that's going to do it for this week's episode of the Beach Court Podcast, and good luck to everyone competing. We'll see you later.
See ya.